NCTV45, The Train, anytime on your time. The Cedars is a great restaurant with outstanding Mediterranean food. The Cedars takeout menu is second to none, featuring pizza, stromboli, hoagies, their famous lamb on the rod, and so much more. So when you're hungry and you want that Newcastle taste, make it Cedars. Now with 2 locations in Newcastle, 827 Addis Street on the east side and 1101 Highland Avenue. Call Cedars East 724-658-9260 or Cedars North 724-652-7657. RNA Screen Printing Newcastle is the place to go for signs, shirts, hats, vinyl lettering, embroidery, magnets, vehicle lettering, banners, window decals, and they can put your design on many items. They have decals for vehicles and signs for all your advertising needs. Great selection of sizes and styles of regular or glitter t-shirts. RNA can iron on a logo while you wait and can do any school logo. RNA Screen Printing, 1217 Moravia Street, Newcastle, open Monday through Friday 9 to 4. Call 724-652-2241.
The Beanery Depot and Deli. Coffee, made-to-order subs, snacks, and more. Meatball sandwiches, fresh and hot. Pepperoni rolls, fish sandwiches, chicken, milkshakes. The Beanery Deli. When you're hungry for something special, and it won't cost you a lot of beans.
Welcome to NCTV45, everybody. My name is Alex DeLaverson, and this is the Cedars Sports Corner. It has been a few weeks since I have last been here discussing sports with you, and my partners, Greg Bichero and James Dotson, are not here with me, but they will be joining us for future shows down the road. There's a lot going on in the world of sports right now. The Penguins and the Senators are locked in at the series 2-2, and it's heading back to Pittsburgh, where hopefully our Pittsburgh Penguins could take the advantage over the Ottawa Senators. And of course, I don't know if I'd say the local Cleveland Cavaliers, although they are the closest NBA team that we have, but the Cleveland Cavaliers are up 2-0 on the Boston Celtics, and they will be squaring off later tonight around 8 p.m. It seems as though whenever you turn on mainstream media, Sports Center, Fox Sports, all you hear is LeBron James. And I'm not saying it shouldn't be that way, but it can kind of be a pretty redundant it could be, the things you hear could be pretty redundant. And I gotta say, I'm kind of surprised that the Michael Jordan, LeBron James debate is still going on and on. So I actually do want to talk a little bit about that. And see, I think I'm already angering a couple people. We've got some people calling in right now, apparently, gonna curse me out. Why are we talking about that again? Everyone else is talking about it. But, you know, I thought I'd give my opinion on it. So, one thing I think we as a people and fans need to stop doing to get a fair analysis between the two athletes is I think we actually need to stop holding the memories of Michael Jordan so near and dear to us that it almost becomes like a sports sacrilege to even question if LeBron James has reached that plateau yet. Now, obviously, I think it's fair to say most sports fans do have Jordan at the top as the GOAT. And I think that's pretty fair for the most part, but LeBron James does have, obviously, some basketball left at him. He actually has quite a few years. But to me, I think we need to instead of debating necessarily, just kind of appreciate greatness. But let's go through the numbers here. So, Michael Jordan, 6 NBA championships. That seems to be the number one thing sports fans bring up. And I don't necessarily disagree with it. A sports championship is the top of the top of the mountain. But also remember, it's a team game. So LeBron James has 3. Now, one thing though, those 3 NBA championships, one of them is a Cleveland championship. That's something you don't hear often, a Cleveland championship. So in my opinion, you can't necessarily weigh one more championship than the other, but that's a pretty special thing LeBron James did, was bring the city of Cleveland a championship after decades and decades after starving for one, and bringing the Cleveland Cavaliers franchise their first championship. So, LeBron James will never be undefeated in NBA Finals, because Michael Jordan was undefeated, 6 NBA Finals appearances, 6 championships. LeBron James has only had 3 NBA championships in, 7 appearances? So 6 straight appearances from 2010 to 2016, and that one in 2007 where the Cleveland Cavaliers took on the San Antonio Spurs. I think people underestimate how hard it is to go to a championship final series or even game 6 straight years in a row. LeBron owns the East in the NBA. If LeBron James is on your team, you're going to go to the NBA Finals. That's basically what it's come to. And it looks like he's going to be going to another one this year. Another statistic that I think is impressive that doesn't get talked about as much is the fact that LeBron James has never lost a first-round NBA playoff. Michael Jordan has. LeBron James hasn't. So people say, oh, what's the big deal about that? Well, listen to what I just said. 6 straight appearances, and then one in 2007. And obviously you got to win the first round to get there, but that is such a major feat and accomplishment. You just don't do that unless you're King James. So, LeBron, another one. LeBron James, 13 NBA All-Star games. Michael Jordan, 14 NBA All-Star games. Right there. Playoffs played, I should say. LeBron James, 12. Michael Jordan, 13. And as of today, 14 seasons for LeBron James, Michael Jordan, 15. And we'll go through some of these, but right now we're going to take a break and a word from our sponsors.
Come to Big Polly's Sports Bar in Newcastle.
The place is spacious with all the seating you'll need, with 2 bars and a huge menu that features wings, pizza, sandwiches, burgers, pasta, and fries.
Big Polly's
is just right to watch the game. You'll love the sports memorabilia throughout the bar. There's plenty of parking too.
Big Polly's Sports Bar
in Newcastle at 207 East Long Avenue. Call 724-658-8800. That's 658-8800. Gentlemen, if you want to look your best with high-quality clothing, then I recommend Main Street Clothiers and Custom Tailors in downtown Newcastle. Mike Caggiano is the owner, and he and his staff have been in the business for decades, and they will always give you the right recommendations. They also carry Rondinelli tuxedos. That's Main Street Clothiers and Custom Tailors, 210 East Washington Street, downtown Newcastle. Call 724-652-3851.
Welcome back to the Cedars Sports Corner here on NCTV45. So when we took our break, I had a little discussion with our producer here about my comments of LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Remember when I talked about sports sacrilege? This is a perfect example. He gave me such a look, like he couldn't believe what I was going to say. Don't tell me you think LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. And the point I'm trying to get across is that you can make a comparison. We got to stop the sacrilege. No, I don't think Michael Jordan, or no, I don't think LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. I think Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. But with all LeBron James has done, is there anyone who else is gonna challenge him for that GOAT spot? Okay. So our producer wants to jump in. He's had enough of my nonsense. So, Angela, what am I doing wrong? What am I saying? What sacrilegious things am I saying?
Just understand that Jordan made his team great. LeBron James went out and shopped for his team.
And I won't disagree with that, but also let's remember, too, that LeBron James did leave Cleveland for a reason. He felt like he didn't have enough help.
That's a crybaby.
Well, I mean,
Nobody on the Pittsburgh Steelers left their team because they didn't feel there was enough help.
Well,
All they did was keep playing to get better and better and better.
Now, okay.
But the Browns, this is just breaking. The Browns did hire a new coach just now.
And who is that?
Win one soon.
Win one soon.
Yeah, he's a Chinese guy.
Say that 5 times fast. Win one soon. Yeah.
That's the joke.
I know. I picked that up pretty fast. Well, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But, okay, so I will agree with my producer there that Michael Jordan stayed with one franchise, and the rest is history. 6 NBA Finals, 6 NBA championships. LeBron James has walked through a lot of fire. He's had a lot of expectations, and it's kind of like the whole prodigal son story. He leaves Cleveland, Cleveland welcomes him back, but LeBron did come back with 2 rings, and he did win Cleveland one. He won Cleveland a championship. Think about that. Cleveland. LeBron James won Cleveland a championship. That can't be, I can't say that enough. Now, that's not going to make him the greatest of all time, of course. But, Angelo, his career's not over. This guy could...
The officials against Golden State, the officials turned off their whistle in order to let Cleveland come back, or it was another fumble on the 2-yard line.
Well, I don't know if I would go that far. But the bottom line is, listen, LeBron James has, I would say, I think he has up to 7 great years of basketball left. The one point I mentioned earlier in the show is that the championship rings seem to be the biggest factor in determining who the GOAT is. I don't think that's true, because you have Bill Russell, who had 11 NBA championships. No one brings him up, but of course, different scenario. Leader of the team, things like that.
That's why LeBron James is mediocre.
Sports sacrilege. Now, if anything is sports sacrilege, it's that. LeBron James. Oh, come on now.
Look how many guys you have to have in front of him. Bill Russell, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Scottie Pippen. Yeah, you gotta have Scottie.
In front of LeBron?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Look what he did with the Lakers.
Listen,
After he left Chicago, look what he did with the Lakers. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
but I mean, here's the deal, though.
He can't measure up. He has a long way to go. He
Yeah, go ahead.
cries a lot. Too much.
Okay, well, that's true. That doesn't necessarily make him not great. I mean, you said he's mediocre. I think that's ridiculous. I think that is so typical, I would say, of that's something a hater would say. I don't think you're a hater guy by any means, but that is something you see a hater say. But here's the thing. I have all these stats in front of me, and I'll be here all day. I'll be taking up the whole show if I could just begin to say where LeBron James is right with Michael Jordan on some of these things. For example, LeBron James has more rebounds per game than Michael Jordan.
But Michael has more rings.
The career's not over yet. You can't. I don't think the debate can be had until his career is over. This guy, I honestly think maybe 5 to 7 years left. He has to win what? 4 more? And I said earlier in the show, from 2010 to 2016, LeBron James has been in the NBA Finals in the East. You know LeBron James is going to be in the Finals pretty much every year.
Let's go Celtics.
Just because you're wearing green,
We gotta go.
All right. We're going to go to a break here. And when we come back, we'll try and talk some other topics, as I'll be here all night, and it's not good to get me heated, but a word from our sponsors.
If you want to score big, then get over to Shenango Auto Mall. George Fiacco, General Sales Manager, and his experienced staff will be glad to talk to you about all the amazing used car deals from their huge inventory. Lifetime powertrain warranties, extended warranties, and guaranteed credit approval. They have a body shop and full detail shop. It's not your normal used car lot. They also buy cars, trucks, and SUVs. Shenango Auto Mall is located at 2515 Elwood Road in Shenango Township. Call 724-698-7304.
The Branding Iron Bar and Grill, a great place to gather.
Some examples from the menu: 45-cent jumbo wings with 30 different kinds of sauce, meatball sub and fries, $5.50, hot cheese balls and burgers, and delicious large sandwiches. Stop in during happy hour, 4:30 to 7:30. You can dine in or take out. The Branding Iron Bar and Grill is located at 2221 Ben Franklin Highway, Edinburgh. Call 724-658-1210.
Welcome back to NCTV 45, everybody. I'm Alex DeLaverson, and our producer has decided to take a seat right next to me and join me. And if anyone who tuned into last segment know, we were kind of going at it. So I don't know if he has something up his sleeve now or what, but
Well, I
he has
want
something
to keep
say.
people informed that we are going to be coming back with and we'll have all the stats on this too for you, with our North County baseball. We did this last year, and thanks to Ed Urin, it took off like you can't believe. Now, the first game for North County is Thursday the 25th, which I kind of guess that's this week. 6:15 at Flaherty Field, and then there's a Friday game also at Flaherty Field where the Broadhead Bombers take on Castlewood, which is the oldest team in the league, dating back to the 1950s. Now, baseball in Newcastle, very rich. We had the minor league Detroit Tigers, the minor league Washington Senators, and the minor league Cleveland Indians right here.
That is something I did not know, and I'm willing to bet most people, especially my generation, do not know. And even last show, we were talking about NFL players that came from this city, and we have, I think, not just a rich baseball tradition. I think we have a rich sports tradition in general.
Yep. And that's what makes it great to have the Cedars Sports Corner. Enjoy these discussions, these topics, and you can go back and catch highlights of last year's games and last year's talks about this. Also, remember that players in this league move on quite a bit to MLB. And let me kind of remind you that the young gentleman last year moved up to Erie, and he'll be playing up there. Apologize for his name escapes me right now. But Ed Yoren's great at keeping us abreast of these. We're going to try and have a game of the week every week. So make sure you take a look and tune in for that.
Excellent. So, moving forward, we're going to be talking a lot of baseball, and I'm actually really glad you brought this to my attention and our viewers' attention, because I think we can agree that the Pittsburgh Pirates are not going to keep most people's attention the rest of the summer.
6 games back. They would be a lot closer if they were in some other leagues. A lot further away if they were in some other leagues.
Mm-hmm.
But you get great fireworks, great food, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always that hope that maybe they could just stay 6 games back till the All-Star break. In which case they have 6 more weeks.
But see, I'm over that though. 'Cause a few years ago when they made the playoffs, those 2 years, now the bar to me is set at that level at least. And because my generation, we never grew up with winning Pittsburgh Pirates baseball. We only got to experience a wild card season and a first round exit against the St. Louis Cardinals. But it was so fun following baseball that year.
Now, keep in mind, you know the club rule for the Pirates. If you get 4 hits in a row, they trade you.
Sounds about right. I mean, you hear a lot of reasons why the Pirates organization is the way they are. Nutting is the guy at the top, gets the most heat. He doesn't care about baseball. He really cares about his newspaper business. He's not a sports guy. He's just a business guy. I'm not disagreeing with those things. But I would say when you have the best looking baseball stadium in America, and when you have a tradition as rich as the Pittsburgh Pirates, and you're playing in a beautiful city such as Pittsburgh, we shouldn't be hearing those things. You shouldn't. Mark Cuban, make it happen, man. Come on, we're pulling for you, man.
This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535. Funding for this program provided by Washington Center Physical Therapy, Norm A. Gabriel, MS, PT, ATC owner.